I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays.
Hi D Squad, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so very much for joining me today. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Please become a part of this family. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcomes back. Today I wanted just to talk about something that people often ask me about. So I'm just going to speak as I feel, or speak as I normally would just advise anyone that asks me the question. And the question is, how did you get to where you are? How did you become successful? So for me, it's like, sometimes people would look at you and they think, oh, you got it all and whatever, but they don't know what you went through to get to where you are at the moment. And for me, it's like, I don't feel like I have arrived, as they say. There's still a lot of room for growth. There's still a lot of room to accomplish things. I still procrastinate about a lot of things. I still have a lot of things that I want to do and I want to accomplish and just get out of my system and get under, just achieve those things. But procrastination is the killer. Let's just start there. Procrastination is the killer. Don't procrastinate. If you have a dream, go for it. Don't procrastinate. And I know that procrastination, it starts with fear. That's the thing that immobilizes you, and that's the thing that makes you procrastinate, is the fear of, what if this thing is not going to work? What if my dream is silly? What if I can't accomplish this thing, or I can't do this thing and I fail? So I think that's the biggest thing that makes us procrastinate, or that makes us give up or leave our dreams. For me, success is what you make of it. Success, don't measure your success according to what people want you to be, or your success to be. If don't look at it as in, oh, you want to keep up with the Joneses, or you want to be on a level of your friend or your neighbor or a colleague or whatever. Live your life, live your dream, and once you make that happen, then you are successful. So your success is not based on other people's opinion. It's not based on what you think other people think of you. It is based on, who are you as a person, and what have you accomplished that's going to bring you peace, that's going to bring you joy, and it's going to make you feel like, yeah, I've done it. That is success. So don't look at the other people's success and say they are successful, I'm a failure. Look at your life and see where you have accomplished whatever you wanted for yourself, and then measure your success that way. So just in short, as in how I got to the point where I am at the moment and still procrastinating, there's just this big thing that I actually am so burdened by, just to do and just to accomplish. But I think now that I am in the frame of mind where I feel like, okay, if I could tackle my weight issue small, bit by bit, maybe I can tackle this thing, because I think this and that, they kind of measure the same. They're the two big mountains in front of me. So I'm procrastinating on a certain thing, but I really want to just put myself in motion and reach it. But when I was growing up, I always wanted to be in a certain profession. But if you go back to my older videos, I've explained to you what it was and stuff, and how it came about that I am in the career that I am, or I've got the job that I have right now. But it wasn't easy to get to this point, because even though I was faced at the point where I looked at it, I'm like, God, I really, really want to accomplish this, and I really want to break into the IT industry, but I don't have the resources. We didn't have computers at home that you can practice with and stuff. There was no money for me even to come to go to school and stuff like that. So it was just me praying and saying, God, help me, and God helped me. So I think that's where you start as well, is that you have a vision, you have a dream, you have a plan, and then you just give it to God. Give it and say, God, this is my plan. You wrote it down. I always say, write it down and just present it to God and say, God, this is my plan. I cannot do this on my own. I need you to help me. So I feel like, and then God will actually help you and open doors, because you have a vision and you wrote it down, just as the Bible says. So I presented it to God. I'm like, there's no money for me to go to study at Wits, because that's where they said it's the best place that you can go and study IT those years. So I said, God, get me in. I got in, and I said, God, help me. And even though I had to get, I got actually student loans. I got through school through a student loan, actually. They paid for the 3 years. The 3 years that I was there, yeah, it was 3 years. The 3 years that I was studying, I got a student loan, and in between I had to have like little jobs and stuff just to help me buy books, just for transport money to get to school. I had to like hustle, and get other little private jobs. And I got a weekend job eventually. That's how I got into the government, because I got like a contractual weekend where I just come and help the permanent staff at the library. It wasn't even an IT job. It was I was working at the library, but at least that weekend job used to help me with getting me to school during the week for my classes, and help here and there with whatever books or things. I couldn't even afford all the textbooks that we needed, so I would borrow the other students' textbooks and just photocopy like just the important chapters that I needed to, to pass an exam or to do an assignment or whatever. I'll just take their book, go and make photocopies. So that money that I needed to go and make photocopies, now you know how old I am, because I needed that job. Actually, that weekend job helped with those little things as well. So you had to like shuffle. You had to do anything. Okay, not anything, but you had to shuffle. You had to do those small things just to get by. So I had to just hustle, guys. I had to hustle, and that's how I got through school. Through all those little jobs and through a student loan. And because I was so focused, I know in high school as well. In high school, I tried, and that's my advice to you guys as well. Try not to have a lot of distractions, because in high school and even through studying at Wits, that time it was still Wits Technikon. So I know they changed it now and they merged and all of that story, and it's UJ now. But at the time, when I was in high school, I told myself that, okay, like all my friends, they have, a social life, they go to clubs, they're enjoying their young lives and stuff, and they have boyfriends, and their boyfriends are taking them out to movies and stuff. And me, little old me, the only entertainment I have was reading books and trying to just broaden my mind, and also just going to church and being active in the things of the church. That kind of kept me busy. But however, I just told myself I'm not going to focus on the fact of relationships and boys and things, because I wanted to focus on my studies. I wanted to get out of high school. I hated high school with all of my heart. So I told myself I can't afford to actually repeat a year. So even though I wasn't the cleverest in the class, but I made sure that at least I passed every grade. So when I got even to varsity, I was focused because I already trained myself in high school how to be focused on my books and stuff. So when I got to study in further, I was already trained to be focused. So even though my social life grew a little bit because I had different friends now, a different social setting, I could still be able to know when to focus and how to focus on concentrating how to get to my goal. So and I knew what I wanted. So also just setting your goal is you set like a big goal. Set a big goal. Like say for instance, if you look at that goal, it will take you 20 years maybe. Let's put it that way. It might take you 20 years to get to a certain state. Then that's your big goal. Then branch it out and break it down every 5 years. Like, okay, from this year to the next 5 years, I'm going to be here. Then the next 5 years after that, I'm going to be there. By the time you get to 20, you would have accomplished it. Because if you're just going to look at 20 the whole time, you're going to see it as this far away thing, and you might get despondent and you think it's too big, it's too far. So break it down into little stages, how to get to the 20-year mark, and then work on it. Because once you get to the 5 years and you're like, oh, okay, I made it to the 5 years and this is what I wanted in 5 years. And then, oh, I got to 10 years and this is what I wanted in 10 years. So when you get to the 20, you would have accomplished it. So I don't know if that makes any sense. Break it down. You have a big vision, then break it down into little sections where you can just achieve every 2 years or every 5 years. You look and you evaluate, and it's like, okay, maybe I didn't reach it in this 2 years that I wanted. Let me expand my plan and or not postpone it, but just extend my plan to, okay, let's see in the next 2 years, am I going to get there? So also just don't give up. Don't give up on your dream. Don't give up on what you want to accomplish. Because if you didn't reach it in that 5 years, try again and try and reach it in the next 5 years. But don't give up on a dream that is so deeply rooted in you. There's those things that when you feel like, even though I failed, I still feel this is my destiny. Yeah, so don't give up on that feeling, that gut feeling. It's like, no, let's do this. And even if some elements outside are telling you, no, it's not possible, you keep pushing, you keep trying, and you keep praying that this thing would work out for you. So keep that in mind. Don't give up even on the small sections of your dream, and you don't accomplish it, but you know that you've got that big one that you are aiming for, and you have to get through those hurdles, and you have to get through those little humps to get to the bigger picture. And so don't give up on that, and keep on going. That is just the thing, because even if you do fail, guys, failure doesn't mean it's the end of your dream. No, it just means like maybe you should take a different course. Maybe you should think of a different way to get there. A no doesn't necessarily mean it's over. No, it can say let's delay or something, but don't think it's a no. There's like then that chapter's closed. Don't close it. Keep going. Keep at it until you get to it, until you cross that border and until you cross that hurdle to get to the bigger picture, because that bigger picture is your reward. And I also feel like even when you get to that big to the big accomplishment, once you are approaching that big accomplishment, that 20-year mark, or that vision that you wanted to accomplish in 20 years, once you get close to that, start planning for the next 20 years, because we are human beings. We don't stop growing, we don't stop learning, we don't stop wanting and desiring things. So keep pushing. Once you feel like, okay, I'm approaching this, it looks like I'm going to get it at the time that I'm planning on. So once I get there, what then? Then you have something new to look forward to, something else to grow you, something else to mature you, something else to make you feel like, yeah. I don't think you can ever get to a point where you feel like I have arrived. I don't think anyone is at a point where he's like, I have arrived. Nah. While you are still breathing, it doesn't matter what age it is, you can still do more. Until that last breath that comes out of your body, you can still do while you are still breathing. So keep at it and keep going. Remember, your success, like I said before, your success is not based on what other people think of your life. Your success is based on what you think of your life and what you do with your life. As you are journeying through life and you are accomplishing your dreams and you are conquering your hurdles and you're getting to that 20-year mark, don't forget to impart and give to other people what you are learning, because you want to leave your mark in people's lives, and that also makes you successful. If you can transfer or give what you have learned from life to other people, to the young people, to generations to come, that will make you also successful. Don't keep everything for yourself. Grow other people as well, as we say, and teach other people as well. Impart into other people's lives, so that when the day when you're no longer there, people will remember that, oh, I remember Des saying this to me, and it did something in my life. I remember Des walking this journey with me, and it helped me get to where I am. So don't forget to just give of yourself to other people who needs, because that's why you go through failures. That's why you go through life's challenges, so that you can be there for someone else who also will be going through it, and you can encourage that person. It's like, I went through that, and this is how I handled it. You'll get through it. You will survive it because I survived it. Don't forget to do that while you are being successful, while you are climbing that ladder, while you are accomplishing your dreams. Impart into other people's lives as well. It's like also when it comes to finances as well, I know that it's not easy just to also sow in other people's lives, but somebody sowed in my life, so I would like to also pay it forward. So also just try and do that as well. Be a blessing to someone else, because people have been a blessing to me. I always tell people, like, people who ask me why sometimes you're so kind and stuff. So so I always say because other people were kind to me, other people were giving towards me. There were times that I really just didn't have any money to go to school, and a friend would help me out, or a family member would send money, or a relative would help pay for something. There was always someone helping and pushing, and also just investing in my vision. So I would also like to invest in other people's vision. Don't waste money. Try and save wherever you can. Try and be wise with your money. If you are at a place where you can afford to pay for your own studies, it's good. Save the money and do what your money can do for you. However, for the others, do your best with what you have, and try and invest in other people's visions as well. That makes you successful. And there's nothing else that would bring you joy than when you see that you also had a part in someone else's success. Life is not just, you're not an island. Life is about living not just your life, but also being part of a community, being part of a structure, someone's support structure and stuff. So do your best, and that makes you successful. Doing your best and being your best makes you successful. I have not arrived. I know I'm still guilty of a lot of things that I am procrastinating on. However, I am slowly trying to pick myself up so that I can go and do the things that I want to do, even at my age. You are never too old. Don't ever think that you are too old to do things. You can do it if you put your mind on it. So yeah, guys, that's my little 2 cents. If you want me to talk more about success, or we can engage or whatever, please comment and give me your thoughts in the comment section, and I will catch you guys at a later stage or in my next video. But I enjoy these little talks. I haven't had a little talk with you guys for a while. But that's just my little 2 cents. And I will gladly give more of my 2 cents to whoever ask. So yeah, guys, I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye, dees.